So you've converted the vegetable oil into biodiesel through a chemical process, and then that is thin enough that it can be poured in any diesel car and driven on. The other idea is to convert the car so that it can then run on the thick vegetable oil without having to do anything to the oil. So you either convert the fuel or you convert the car.
A normal-looking and sounding 44-ton articulated truck at a depot just outside Oxford. But the owners believe it's the first of its kind in the UK because it runs on vegetable oil.
I came across an article about Rudolf Diesel and running the first diesel engine on plant oil, peanut oil in 1900. Looked at my old diesel engine, my old Peugeot, thought, well, there's not a lot of difference really in engine technology, and set about converting my own car to run on used chip oil. 4 years later, the vehicle was still running very well, in fact, even lower emissions than running on fossil diesel.
I get about 35 to 40 miles a gallon between city and highway, and on a renewable fuel. And I've actually now converted it over or upgraded it so that it can run on multi-fuel. It can use regular pump diesel if necessary. I can use biodiesel, and I can use straight vegetable oil.
If an engine's being operated, say, longer than 15, 20 minutes, then really you should be switching, say, from biodiesel to operation on pure plant oils, because you've got plenty of excess energy in the terms of excess heat from the engine to process the used veg oil into a form where you can use it. And therefore the environmental impact of straight veg oil is a lot lower than biodiesel.
There's so much potential for people to be able to sustain themselves in any kind of environment, and we're talking about, you know, places in the world that are so poor, that have nothing, that don't have even the basic electricity or water, and they could still have, without even any kind of serious infrastructure, with things that they have available to them there, they could still be able to create small production facilities and grow things that are available within their climate range, whether it's, you know, jojoba, whether it's jatropha plant, whether it's rapeseed, whether it's corn, soy, flax, hemp seed. You know, you could literally just litter the sides of highways with hemp seed. It doesn't take any water, and you could just have fuel everywhere without anyone even maintaining it.
We're headed off to Berkeley to meet two fellas who have figured out that with a little bit of modification, the engine in your car can actually burn olive oil. Who knew?
See, it's really clear.
These Berkeley guys got so tired of paying for high-priced diesel gas.
It's not bad olive oil. No, you can put that on a salad. It's all right, yeah.
They started using their cooking oil instead.
I'd say about 2.5, 3 years ago, a contractor friend of mine came to me and asked me if I wanted to run my diesel car on an Elsbit conversion kit from Germany that would allow me to power my Mercedes diesel on vegetable oil, not diesel purchased from the gas station, not biodiesel, but straight vegetable oil. Over the last 2 years, the experiment has been quite successful. Everybody's had some ups and downs, but truthfully, I think it is a very good energy source for powering vehicles.
Keeping America competitive requires affordable energy. And here we have a serious problem. America is addicted to oil, which is often imported from unstable parts of the world.
Well, brace yourself. Gas prices are topping $3 in places around the country, and the Energy Department says it expects them to stay high this summer.
So we're paying really high prices at the pump, and all we're getting in return is nothing but huge profits by these oil companies.
That's where you're wrong. They're extracting it from the ground for $20 a barrel, right?
That's right.
Then they're selling it to themselves for $70 a barrel, and then passing those savings on to us. They extract it, they refine it, they sell it. Where are we in that equation?
Woohoo! Free gas!
Free fuel is great. I mean, it's quite a feeling driving for free all the time. I really, there's nothing else quite like it. To know that you're driving on somebody else's garbage, on their waste product as your fuel.
My private vehicle was fueled literally from oil from the local chip shop and pub. Great for them, they were paying to have it collected, so I came along and said, look, I'll take it off your hands for nothing. bit of simple processing, dewatering, deacidification, and filtering in my own garage basically gave me unlimited free fuel.
Hi, this is Carl Foot. I'm with a group called the People for the Ethical Treatment of French Fries.
Oh my God.
Or
PITF?
My question for Charles is how many innocent French fries have to fry to make this fuel? We'll be monitoring your process and save the fries.
Okay, you got to save the fries.
We just went over to a Japanese restaurant and picked up their oil, their excess used fryer oil for free, and they're happy because they have to pay per gallon to have it hauled away, and so now they're not having to pay as much to get their oil taken away, and we're getting free fuel. They're getting a free pickup. Everybody's happy except Mobil and Exxon.
We have 4 diesel engines on the farm. We have our delivery truck, which is on a 2-tank system, straight vegetable oil and diesel. The diesel's used to warm the engine up, warm the fuel up, and then we roll over onto straight vegetable oil. Then the other 2-tank system we have is our irrigation pump. It's a small Toyota 4-cylinder diesel engine that does all our pressurizing of our water for all our sprinklers and drip irrigation on the farm. And we have 275-gallon tank of straight vegetable oil, which that's sucking from. That's fabulous. The engine runs beautiful, but all the engines run fabulously on the vegetable oil. With the straight vegetable oil, we collect ourselves from 2 restaurants in San Francisco and a tortilla chip factory. It saves them a considerable amount of money every week. So they're making money, and I'm getting the oil for free.
This is the community fuel filtering station. And you let it settle in this tank with a drop-in aquarium heater to warm it up to about 85-90 degrees. And then you just turn on the pump and pump it through a 10-micron filter. And that puts it into this, which is a holding tank. So this is where you put the fuel initially, the vegetable oil, and this is the fuel that's ready to go straight into the car. Then you just put one of these 5-gallon carboys, fits underneath there, fill it up, and then pour it into the car. It's quite simple. You can also take these on the road. They fit in the trunk, strap them in with a bungee cord, and you've got fuel for days.
So what we've managed to do is cut our diesel use on the farm from 7,000 gallons to just a few hundred gallons a year. So over 95% fossil fuel we have removed from this farm. We're learning all the time, which is great. The community of vegetable oil users, we're all sharing information, and it's just a fabulous way to use this wonderful resource.